Hello and welcome to Phuket Today. This is Phuket's famous heroine's monument, one of the first iconic images that millions of tourists to the island see when they first arrive. We have a few feisty heroines of our own on this week's show, starting with Claire Ratcliffe, who first came to Phuket in the early 90s and went on to help shape an important part of the island's tourism development. Today, she's helping to inspire children's fitness with the Iron Kids Phuket Challenge. Also this week, we'll be meeting up with the energetic Kay Smith, who will be introducing us to the Zamba, the latest dancer-sized craze that's sweeping the island. And later, Phuket Today's very own heroine, Kira Fidz, will be bravely saddling up for her first ever horse riding lesson.
I came to Phuket in, it was Christmas 1992. That was the first time. I came to visit my parents. They had just moved here from Holland, and Dad was working for Taisako Shell. He was part of the Shell group. So I came here for a Christmas holiday, and I was coming from England, from university, and I loved it. I just absolutely loved Phuket. I thought it was beautiful. The sea was amazing, the islands were perfect. So I came back to Phuket every year for 6 months, and I worked in the hotels industries as a training manager. And after I finished my degree in England, I decided that I would come over for a year and do some more diving and just dive. So I became a dive instructor, and I worked here for my first year as a dive instructor. And then that turned into another year and another year. So 3 years later, I was diving every day, and I'm still loving it. I'm here now for 20 years. So yeah, still loving it.
A love of the abundant natural wonders around Phuket led Claire to start her own specialist tour company, Coral Seekers.
We'd have lots of visitors coming over to see us, the family, while we were here. And I'd take them out on trips on this little runaround boat, going to some islands that no one ever used to go to. I wanted to take friends to the beautiful places that the usual join-in trips didn't go to. And we would just have such a beautiful time here. So while I was a dive instructor, I realized that there might be a market for that, to start a business and do private trips to these little islands that nobody ever went to. And so that's where Coral Seekers originated from. It was just one little boat, and we'd take out a picnic snack with us, and we'd just go and visit these islands that became very, very popular with returning visitors from Hong Kong and Singapore and things like that. People would just come over with their families, and we'd take them to different islands every time they came. So that's how Coral Seekers started. And then we built it up over 12 years. That's how long I owned it with my partner. We owned it for 12 years, just doing private trips, and we started with one little boat and we ended up with 5 nice big private boats. It was great. The tourist industry grew a lot while I was here over the last 20 years. It's still growing, but a lot of changes happened while I owned Coral Seekers. Yeah, a lot bigger group tours. Then we also had a lot more corporate business coming here for team building. And initially they had wanted, the groups would come here for training. They wanted to offer training to their employees and try and get them to work together in different scenarios, I guess. That was what we were aiming at. The island has changed a lot for families now. When I first came here 20 years ago, I didn't have a family, and it was really, I think for families that were here at that time, it was quite tough. There wasn't much here for families. It didn't cater very much for international families. But now, it's completely changed. This is the ideal island to be on. with a family. And I think that a lot of families from around Asia that are expat families are realizing that this is a really great place to bring up children, and it's safe and it's healthy. So I think a lot of families are moving from different places in Asia to live here now because it's just such a great place for children. So I love it.
Claire's busy, active life now brings her new challenges as she inspires youngsters to keep fit and have fun, training them to be Iron Kids.
With Saturdays, the activities for my kids, the scheduling, yeah, it's pretty crazy. We start Saturdays at Bangtao Beach in the mornings at 10. We come surfing here with a great instructor. His name's Rick. He's been on the island for over 10 years. He's got a great little surf shop. So my kids love surfing. They come here every Saturday. And in holidays, they're here every day. So this is at the south end of Bangtao. It's perfect for kids because the tides there aren't any very strong rip currents, and so it's safe for them to be here. Then Saturday afternoons and Sundays we have football games and football practices. We do that at Tanyapura with the Phuket Soccer School. They're very good actually with the kids, training them from very young. So that's all good. And then during the week after school, we've got activities. We've got swimming, we've got tennis, again we've got football. Yeah, it's just non-stop. We do quite a lot of biking here as well. There's some nice little roads to go biking with the kids, so we do that, try and fit that in as well. Yeah, we're just busy all the time, but it's usually something very active and outdoors. My boys like to be outdoors.